Welcome to this Harford County High School Showcase event on Harford TV. I'm Don Morrison. Tonight we're at Harford Technical High School where the Cobras will be hosting the Joppatowne Mariners. It's a late season matchup of two Chesapeake Division boys basketball teams. Also, it's senior night. Dennis Compton, my partner here tonight. Senior night, now you've been through it both as a player at Edgewood High School, graduating back in '74, probably at Washington College, and then as a parent you've been through it, and soon you will be a grandparent. Let me ask you about senior night. What kind of challenge is there? Does it distract from your focus for the game? What's it all about?
Well, first let me say, Don, thank you for inviting me tonight. It's a real pleasure. Senior night's it's a big thing, but it means different things to different people. If you're a starter, you played all year, it's a little bit of a melancholy night. I mean, you know it's the last time probably you're going to put the uniform on in your gym. So it's a little bit sad, but you also want to play extremely well. Conversely, the player that doesn't play that often, that's a senior, been on the team, doing all the workouts, this is going to be a thrill for you. Starting your very first time in front of probably your parents, your friends, it should be exciting.
Yeah, and it's great too because we do have fans here, and as of February the 1st, they started allowing about 2 tickets per kid. So we have a smattering of fans here, certainly not a full house, but it's good to have basketball being played because remember, this time last year, there was no sports at all. And of course, before February 1st, there were no stands and no fans in the stands. So it's just great to have people back around to appreciate what's going to happen tonight. Two teams here tonight, Dennis, when we look at it, realistically, neither one is in contention for a championship. Both would like to finish well, and both have that carrot at the end of the season, that is the postseason. So you know they want to play well tonight and make a deep run into the postseason if that's possible.
Well, you know, it's Harford Tech's last game. You know they're going to want to win. I mean, it looks like a good many, since it's senior night, all the parents are here. Looks like a good many students and supporters. So it's going to be a big game for them emotionally. They need to get out to a quick start. Joppatowne, looking at their record, they've been playing pretty good ball. Coaches got them fired up. So I expect this could be a really good game.
It's interesting because neither one of these teams has a player who has any varsity experience before this year. Obviously, because of the pandemic last year, juniors did not play. And when they were sophomores, they were on JV. So you've got two teams that are really learning to play the game on a varsity level on the fly. That has to be tough, Dennis.
It is. I feel for these kids with the pandemic. Obviously, we never went through anything like that myself. And to have a year or so taken away from you in your athletic career, and especially your high school, it's very formative. You learn a lot. You miss that year. You really get behind the 8 ball a little bit. So hopefully these kids, this is the end of the year. They've had all year to play, practice. They'll bring it all together tonight.
And another unique thing about this game, Jesse Jones, who's the head coach for Joppatowne, graduated 2002 from Edgewood. Drew Gill, who's the head coach for Harford Tech, graduated Falston in 2002. So you go back about 18 or 20 years, these people were playing against one another in high school ball. They remember each other. Remember Aberdeen back when Jesse Jones was playing, that was that great team that went to the state finals and won it all. Gary Neal, Jai Lewis, and those kind of players were on that team. So it's going to be fun tonight. We're going to watch the team, the Mariners, who are 8-7 coming in, having wins over both Aberdeen and against Havre Grace, being blown out twice by C. Milton Wright. Harford Tech, a team that's, their record is only 5-14, but they've been in just about every game. So they're here on senior night to give the Joppatowne team a hard tussle.
I look forward to it, Don. This ought to be, I'm reading what the Joppatowne coach had said. He's got his team fired up. They want to win. He's going to come out firing and against the senior team tonight. So I'm looking forward to this.
Mariners led by junior Favor Ogigwe. He's averaging 17.5 points a game. Daniel Webb hits for 12.3 and passes out for 6 assists. For Tech, they had a major setback. Senior big man Charles Curate was declared out for the season with an ACL injury suffered in a July AAU game. 2 other players who started 2 years ago as sophomores, Jensen Perkovich, who transferred to John Carroll, and Travis Walls, an outstanding football player, decided to concentrate on football. So now you're seeing the starting lineups being introduced. First for Joppatowne, the visitors in the purple uniforms, being greeted by Drew Gill, the coach for Harford Tech. Their starters, Kendrick Williams, number 10, sophomore. Khalil Omar, number 11, a senior. Daniel Webb, a sophomore, number 12. 13, Favor Ogigwe, he'll be starting as well. And then Charles Okoye, number 25. Those are the starters for Joppatowne. Again, remember, none of these players has any varsity experience before this year.
Interesting. I wonder when it came into vogue. Back when I played, you didn't, when you got introduced, you didn't come out and fist bump the opposing coach. I was wondering when that became part of the.
Yeah, I guess I've seen it over the last number of years, and also noticed they fist bump the referees. And so they're trying to say, hey, look, I'm a good guy. Don't call fouls on me.
That's about all the camaraderie you'll have with the officials.
Exactly. Speaking of referees, Jeff Rawls, Kerry Nemo, and David Graham, the 3 referees tonight. Veteran referees all. And now the host in getting greeted by the home fans, number 2, that's Andrew Lane. Lane's a senior, 6 foot. Here's Amari Johns. He's a 5'9" senior. Amari averaging 2 points and 2 assists a game. Remember, some of these seniors are really not regular players. They're in the rotation. A.B. Austin Brown, number 32. A.B. 6'2", averaging 5 points and 4 assists a game. On the distinguished honor roll, Dennis. We were both on distinguished honor roll, weren't we?
Yeah, I was. I knew of the distinguished honor roll.
I tell folks that I had a 4.0 average if you added all 4 of my years together. I was 1.0 as a freshman, 1.0 that's 4.0, right?
That's right.
That works for me.
It divides well.
Evan Buck introduced number 3, and also number 2, Andrew Lane. That's number 4, Hans Saison being introduced. Hans, a 5'5" fire plug, 6 points a game, 3 rebounds, 5 assists, 2 steals. And now to honor our country, here is our national anthem. Just about ready for basketball. Dennis, before we get too far along, being a new grandpop this week, your 3rd grandchild, 1st grandson, shout out to your grandson, and 20 years from now, he'll say, yeah, my granddad mentioned my name on TV.
It's, well, thank you, Don. It's extremely thrilling to, I have 2 beautiful granddaughters, Adelie and Macheria, but did have Levi Ryan Compton born Tuesday at 8:35, Wednesday at 8:35 a.m. Looking great, looks very attractive, as you would expect, like his granddad. So parents are doing well.
You're talking about the maternal granddad,
yeah.
right? Oh, no, you're talking about yourself. I got it.
It is, the grandchildren are a blessing, and we're real thrilled. Thank you for mentioning it.
Sure will. And Bobby McCone, who's normally our guest host, our co-host, is out in the area of Florida, just traveling around having a great time. So, Dennis, glad that you're here to sit in for Mr. McCone.
Thank you. Looking forward to the game. I really, it's hard to, as a spectator, you really root for the 5 seniors that don't play very often, and hopefully they make an impact.
Well, here we go now. Joppatowne going from left to right across your TV screen in the purple. Harford Tech in the white home uniforms. Harford Tech will get the ball. Actually, Joppatowne will get it. That's Kendrick Williams. Kendrick, the sophomore, 6 foot, 6.1 points per ball game. What kind of defense they got, Dennis?
Looks like they're going man-to-man here. Maybe, yeah, it's like a man-to-man.
Almost, yeah, it does look like a man-to-man. Looked like almost a matchup at first. Now it is a man-to-man.
Just underway. Off a lot.
Shot from the corner, that's good. That's the man, Favor Gegway. The man who averages 17 points a game gets the first 2 points of the night. Joppatowne off to the lead. Pressing all over, Dennis.
Yep. Putting a lot of pressure on the ball.
Remember, this is not a starting lineup that you normally see for Harford Tech.
Tough play there, taking the ball.
Rebound
inside.
comes out by Conway. Out of bounds. It will stay with Joppatowne. Okoye, who had that rebound. You look at him right now, Joppatowne has the size advantage, Dennis.
Sure looks like it. But then, once again, you go into 5 seniors that don't play very often.
Taken away by, Harford Tech. Into the hands. Evan Buck. Nice reverse layup. Won't fall. Looked like that ball was halfway down.
It was a good move.
Khalil Omar with the rebound. Joppatowne up by that single basket. About a minute into the game.
Joppatowne picking out at the top.
Give and go and roll.
Yeah.
A little bit long for the pass. Khalil Omar could not handle that pass. It'll go out of bounds to Harford Tech.
Turnover is so important for between a good and a bad team, or a good and a mediocre team. Got to cut down on the turnovers.
10 seconds to get it across the midcourt line. They do successfully. Then sometimes that press is not to steal the ball, but to speed up play.
To get to Harford Tech just to move a little faster than maybe they normally would. Take a shot a little quicker than they would.
Nice pass, a little floater won't go in.
That. Good pass.
From the upper key, rebound, big rebound. That's taken away by Okoye. Okoye has 2 rebounds as we start.
Harford Tech coming out a little cold.
.30-second shot clock in boys basketball. Nice
Obviously,
drive.
That's the star.
Yep, that is Mr. Gigway. He's now got all 4 points for Joppatowne. Dennis, when you played, they did not have the 30-second boys shot clock. In fact, that didn't come in until about, 3 years ago. So now it's 30 seconds to get the shot off.
It makes a big difference. You got your game plan and offensively is a lot different than it was back when I played, when you could handle the ball forever. I mean, that's the 4 corners with Phil Ford.
Yeah.
Oh, well, also, we never had a 3-point line when I played.
That's true. Not that you would have, but you're a big man like you. You're saying, hey, 3-point shot, that's no good. Taken away.
Another turnover.
Joppatowne, that's a Gigway. Dives, he's fouled. He'll go to the line. So Gigway shooting 2 from the line. Yeah, nice takeaway by Ogigwe. Favor Ogigwe, 6'4" junior, 17.4 points per ball game, 11.3 rebounds, 1.2 assists, or actually 1.4 blocks.
Yeah, fouls on Buck.
Also a 3.0 GPA student. We'd like to see that. They call them free throws, Dennis.
Yeah.
You got to make them, right? You were a good free throw shooter. What's the key?
It's just focus and practice. Our coach, Paul Metzger, made us shoot 50, 60, 70 foul shots of practice sometimes. And just practice. Good shooting for him.
Harford Tech driving, looking to try to get on the board. Nice takeaway. Well, he's played a nice game. Macheria so far.
Yeah, Harford Tech having trouble driving in the middle. You got the big guy in there just taking up space. Block that shot.
Almost 3 minutes of the game. Tech yet to score, down 5-0. Driving, nice block. Rebounded. Shot is good. That is the big man, Charles Okoye.
Looks like Harford Tech coach is going to be bringing in some ball players.
Almost taken away. Recovered by Harford Tech. That's Hans Cezanne. Cezanne with a short jumper. Bounces around, won't go in. Over the back is going to be the call. Looks like that's going to go
from Lane.
Yeah, against Andrew Lane, number 2. Not a shooting foul. Joppatowne gets the ball. Seven nothing as you see. Great pass.
Yeah, they're putting a hurting on the man-to-man.
Conversion shot by Ogigwe.
Yeah, Joppatowne's a little too quick for the man-to-man with the personnel. Harford Tech's got in there.
Drew Gill has seen enough right now. He's going to call a timeout and try to talk to his team. Again, Dennis, if you were Drew Gill, what do? You realize you're being out-quicked and outsized. So what's the key?
You got to just tell your boys to handle the ball, to pass it better, stop the turnovers, take better shots. They can't keep driving the ball inside against that size and expect to be successful. They got to take some. They've gotten a few good short jumpers. They just haven't made them.
And it looks like, yeah, they will bringing in number 13, Jaden Oliver. So new personnel. Looks like 32 in the ball game. Yeah, that's A.B. Brown. He's been in the game. So right now, the only new person you see is Jaden Oliver. Also, there's a shot. That's
nice
the first
drive there.
Who got that, Dennis?
Who's that, 13, I think?
13 for Joppatowne. That's Jaden Oliver just in the ball game.
I think it was number 5. Sorry, number 5.
Okay. So that is Matteo Mcgraw in. So he gets the first two.
Good defense.
Tie up. The alternating possession rule goes to Harford Tech. 4:16 left in the first. 9-2 the score. First 9 points of the game scored by Joppatowne.
Joppatowne keeping the pressure on with that little half-court trap. Yeah, they don't look like they want to seal the ball. You're right. They just want to speed up the play, get Harford Tech passing the ball, taking a quick shot. Got to move. Movement's key.
Able to get it out of that corner. Nice pass. Good ball movement. From the corner of 3, it's good. Off the front of the rim, no good.
Looked good.
It did. Matteo Mcgraw had an open shot. Couldn't get it to fall.
Looked like a walk right there.
It did. No.
Yeah, they got him on another travel.
Jeff Rawls said, nope. That will get that second one. And so the basket does not count. 9-2 as you see. 3:45 left in the first. This is Matteo Mcgraw. Didn't start the ball game. Came in as a normal starter. From the corner 3 if it's good. Long. Knocked out of bounds. It'll stay with Joppatowne.
Yeah, this is real cold here in their own gym, senior night.
Hans Cezanne knocked the ball out of bounds.
You got to stop the ball.
Oh, nice block from behind. But there to pick up the garbage is Charles Okoye. Charles has 4. His team has 11. Boy, Okoye has been a force underneath.
Yeah, he's dominating inside.
Another,
another turnover. A little half-court trap forced that.
Khalil Omar with the takeaway. Taken away by Harford Tech.
And there's like a foul there.
Lots of contact, no call. The old no-look pass, and that works if you're maybe you're Patrick Mahomes, but perhaps it doesn't work in high school basketball. Look good, except it was caught by that young lady in the stands over there. Speaking of stands, Dennis, you get a chance to see some of the folks here at the game. There we are. Hey, you saw us as we passed. Driving, good pass.
Should have took a charge there.
Foul's going to be called up in the air was Hans Cezanne. Looks like a non-shooting foul. 2:51 left in the first. Joppatowne scored the first 9 points of the game. It's 11-2. Out of bounds.
Another turnover.
Off the fingertips. That was Daniel Webb who tried to corral that pass with one hand. Webb, a 5'8" sophomore. Webb averaging 12.5 points a game. Drive, floating one-hander, good. That shot is a new shot that people didn't used to have. Matteo Mcgraw, he's got 4, all 4 of his team's points.
Nice little move to his left there on the baseline.
Bob McCone and I talk about that shot. Blocked, but the foul was called. Dennis, we didn't see that shot back in our day, the floating one-hander.
No, we didn't.
Now it seems to be a staple of the way the kids and adults, I'm talking about college and pro players, they don't stop and pop, they hit that floater.
A little drop shot.
Yeah. Shooting 2 now, Daniel Webb. And you mentioned Webb is a double point scorer, averaging 12.5 points a game. 3.0 GPA student, a 6.0 assists, and 2.8 steals. So he's a young man who's a sophomore who's going to grow into this job, I'm sure.
Got a nice form on the foul line.
Makes them both. 9-point lead for Joppatowne. Taken away. Here's Webb. Webb driving up and can't get it to fall, but it's followed. Great job. Right, Johnny on the spot. Here's number 34, Zinique Brown. Zanique Brown, I'm sorry, Zanique. He gets his first 2. Sanique Brown just in the game.
Half-court trap's taking its toll. Just starting more and more turnovers.
Taken away on the rebound, doesn't go iron.
A little bit of a
Macheria. Driving, one-hander. I tell you what, Favor Odigwe, he now's got 9 points in the first period. He is a man among boys.
Yes, he is.
Good break of the press. Driving, A.B. Brown gets it to fall.
Yeah, that's what you got to do. Take it right in there strong. Nice drive.
Almost a takeaway. Webb.
Yeah, trying a little bit of pressure on their own.
Little ill-advised pass. Driving, one-hander. Foul is going to be called, a blocking foul.
Good call there. He didn't have position. His body was turned.
On Cezanne to
Nice
go to the
drive.
line, shooting 2. Foul looks like it was against Kendrick Williams. That's Kendrick Williams first.
I think that's Joppatowne's first.
Yeah, I think you're right. Yep, that's what the scoreboard is saying. Hope the iron no good.
Yeah, Harford Tech, they're getting some shots. They can get some of these to drop. They get right back in the game. Just a little cold.
Minute 20 left in the first. Second one is good. New player in the ball game for Harford Tech. It's 11, Eric Macheria. Eric is a sophomore.
That's a strong move
It
inside.
was a strong move. Couldn't get it to fall. Nice rebound by Khalil Omar. Check it instead by Eric Macheria. A lot of contact there.
Yeah, good call. I thought that was a foul now.
I think it was, yeah. Jeff Rawls picked it up. It'll send Mateo Mcgraw to the line shooting 2. Mateo's got 4 already, looking to make it 6. 8 points a game. Quarterback, backup quarterback on the football team. Their football team went to the state semifinals this year. Actually, that was Joppatowne's team that went to the state semifinals. 1 out of 2 for Mcgraw. Mcgraw has 5. Team back within 9 at 17-8.
Yeah, got their press of their own coming up. Forcing Joppatowne to move fast.
Looked like he took some steps, didn't
Yes, it did. With
Nice
nice
giveaway.
defense.
Good pass.
Yeah,
Nice job from 3, Evan Buck, to 11, Eric Macheria.
Joppatowne getting a little bit of their own medicine with this half-court press. Yeah,
A.B.
another
Brown
turnover.
takes it away. That's
Yeah,
going to be a
another
goaltend. Joppatowne not happy about it, but they're calling a goaltend.
Calling it a foul, Don, I think.
They are calling a foul. They're not calling it a goaltend. Looked like that ball was on the backboard.
Second foul by Williams.
Officials are talking to the Joppatowne players.
He was a little demonstrative after that foul call.
I think he was, yeah. Kendrick Williams.
You don't want to try and show up the officials. That's the worst thing you can do.
So take the basket away, but give 2 free throws, making the first to Mcgraw. Looks like Harford Tech has settled down a bit, Dennis.
I agree. A nice little comeback. They're passing the ball a little better. I think what's been the difference in the latter part of this first quarter is their trap. It's just made Joppatowne speed up and have a lot of turnovers.
Boy, that's a very good point. You'd think that, it wouldn't affect Joppatowne because they like to play that fast-paced game, but it has.
You think they'd be playing against it every day in practice and be used to it. That's a...
That didn't call back Khalil Omar, but it still counts.
Not characterize that a good shot, but
It counts.
Yeah, it's the end result that matters.
I bet if you ask Khalil, he'll say, I had it banked all the way.
Called it. Yeah.
A.B. Brown, trapped, gets it back, looking inside the three-point line. At the front of the rim, no good. So that's a nice rebound. Good job by Eric Macheria. He controlled that with his one hand. 1 second, and it goes. It's
nice.
good.
Yes.
A.B. Brown makes the shot at the buzzer, and that'll pull within 5 at the buzzer. So what started out as a 9-0 game is now a 5-point lead for Joppatowne.
14-10 since that time, Don.
Here's a replay. You'll see A.B. Brown being able to put this ball up just at the buzzer.
Nice little crossover there. Puts his body into his defender.
You see the clock on
Nice
your left hand. Good job by A.B. Brown. A.B. has 4.
Good defense on that play, but still made the shot.
9 points for Favor Ogigwe in that first period. He leads all scorers. Meantime, Mateo Mcgraw, coming off the bench, has 2, 4, 5, 6, 7 points. So Mcgraw and Favor Ogigwe living up to their pre-game billing. Ogigwe coming in with a 17.4 points per game, 8 points a game for Mcgraw. So he has, in one period, coming off the bench, Dennis, 1 point less than he has average.
Wow.
That's pretty good performance.
That's pretty good performance.
On senior night, when you're not a senior. Junior is Matteo Mcgraw.
He's got some talent.
Well, a lot of credit to these coaches who've taken a team that didn't have a game last year because COVID had shut down all sports during the winter, and they've really developed into functional teams, which is hard to do without having any pre-practice coming in from the previous years. Again, as we said, not a player on either team with any varsity experience.
It's pretty amazing.
It is that. Joppatowne's basketball up by 5. We're starting the second period. A little bit of pass to 2 people there.
Yeah, another turnover.
Brown takes it. 2-on-1. Great left-handed layup. Good job. That's Mcgraw again. Mcgraw now has 9. Back to within 3.
A little bit of an offensive catalyst.
Well, that's a long 3 if it goes.
They've definitely speeded.
Nice rebound. Boy, that's cleaning it up.
Yeah,
good job by Omar, Khalil Omar. He's now got 4.
Yeah, Joppatowne speeded their play up a lot.
Boy, what great arm strength. Favor Ogigwe went up about 10 feet to get that one. Foul's going to be called. Looks like it's on Charles Ogoye. Ogoye picks up the foul.
Team fouls apiece. It's a non-shooter.
Nice little shot off the inbound.
Nice little inbound play there. Set him up behind a little screen.
Evan Buck with the basket.
Behind the big man, A.B.
Oh, nice drive.
You got to stop the ball at the top. You can't let that ball
Webb
penetrate.
You can't let the little guy get in there. Webb almost takes it away. Fast-paced game. 5-point difference. Looking for the 3. Off the front of the rim, no good. Rebound. That's Mcgraw. Mcgraw has it blocked. Taken away by the big man, Okoye. Nice reverse layup.
He's tough.
He's got 11. Taken away. That pass you don't want to make.
Might want to get a...
Yeah, maybe a little quick on the shot, huh?
Yep.
That was Kenneth Hunter just in the ball game. Taken away at the baseline.
Joppatowne fights for it.
And it's going to be alternating
he's got
possession.
A foul, maybe.
Yeah, I think, yeah. Mr. Kerry Nemo calling a foul. Dennis, I was talking to you about his daughter, Maddie Nemo, who plays for C. Milton Wright. One of the best basketball players, female or male, I've seen in the county going back. Dennis, I've been around for about 60 years. That's a long time.
I find that hard to believe.
I'm only 55. I don't know how that happened. But she is an excellent basketball player. That was the attempted play of the alley-oop.
3 seconds there.
Joppatowne battling for the ball. It's going to go out of bounds and it'll stay for Joppatowne.
Joppatowne very tough on the boards, especially the offensive boards.
Okoye, well, he does go to the boards. He's 6'4", but he's got the wingspan of about a 6'8" guy.
And he can jump.
Missed layup.
Missed a bunny there. Got it back.
Yep, that basket there made by Khalil Omar. He's now got 6. His team back up by 9. That's a long 3-pointer. Nobody to rebound.
Yeah, I would say it's probably a little live shot there.
Andrew Chase with the rebound. Hunter cut off, gets it back out. Taken away. Nice steal by Mcgraw. Mcgraw going in. He's fouled. It won't count. He doesn't get it to fall. A little bit of a let's say, a frustration foul by Andrew Chase. Mcgraw will go to the line. He'll shoot 2. Mcgraw already with 9, a point above his season's average. We're just, about 3 minutes into the second period.
It's a fun game to watch, up and down.
It is, Dennis. A fast-paced game. We like that kind of game.
And neither team holds on to the ball too long. 30-second clock's not in any danger.
Dennis, do you recall the game? I think it was 1974 when Dudley Bradley it was in a state region final, I think, at Edgewood. And the score was against Catonsville. And it was like 19-12, the final score.
It was crazy. I don't remember the exact score, but I remember the paper was critical. Catonsville was as big as we are.
Yeah.
They had a 6'8", couple 6'5", and they held the ball the whole game. And we were patient enough to win the game. But I remember that very well.
Was that 74?
74. Then we beat Loch Raven the next game and went to College Park.
Taken away by Harford Tech. Driving, the block is made, but there's Mcgraw and gets it in.
Nice follow-up.
Johnny on the spot is
Harford Tech,
Matteo Mcgraw.
Hustling down the court. Nice play.
Back within 6.
He's very active.
Hunter taken away. This is Mcgraw. Well, layup is good. Check it, it's Eric Macheria. Macheria with the basket.
Just when you thought Joppatowne was going to run away a little bit more, here comes Harford Tech.
Yeah, they were up 9-0.
Playing great defense.
Now within 4. Senior night here. Rolls around, won't go down.
If you force Joppatowne to set up, that's what you want to do. Force them to set up instead of running down the court, driving on you.
Looking for 3, long. Rebound comes off long into the hands of Jordan Day. Timeout is called by Joppatowne. Jesse Jones wants to talk to his team. I don't think he's happy with what he's seeing.
No, I agree with that.
Now this is a team that beat Aberdeen and a team that beat Havertide Grace. We're talking about Joppatowne. They beat Harford Tech. It was a good game earlier in the year down at Joppatowne. Joppatowne, I think they're feeling like they're really coming on at this point of the season. And again, when Dennis came out to that 9-0 lead, they thought, hey, this is a cakewalk. Not tonight.
Yeah, they came out really strong. And I think Harford Tech, the coach there did a nice thing, put pressure back on Joppatowne. It forced a lot of turnovers, forced rush shots. If you can stop Joppatowne from penetrating and offensive rebounding, you're going to stay in the game.
Yeah, it looks like their offensive sets are not nearly as good as they can get out and run. They would rather do it that way.
They're a much better team when they can race down the court.
Hunter in the ball game, number 24. Also number 2, Andrew Chase in the game. 11 is Khalil Omar. Also Gigway still in the game, number 13, favor of Gigway. Out of bounds, it'll stay with Joppatowne. 22 seconds on the shot clock.
Tech getting a touch in just about every pass.
4:12, just about 4 minutes now left in the first half. Gigway double teamed.
Good defense.
Boy, and you know, Dennis, what's the call going to be?
Got a foul. Number 5, I believe.
Drew Gill wants a walk, but instead the foul is going to be called. Dennis, you know you don't want to do that. That is get into a corner and get double teamed. That's like having 3 people on you. Joppatowne gets it back on the foul.
Yeah, next foul, I believe, Joppatowne will be in the bonus.
Yeah, the 7th will be the shooting foul.
Looked like pretty good defense over there, although it was the far side of the court from us.
No, the block is going to be called.
No,
it could have been either way. Gigway had that left arm out. The foul is going to be called.
Looked like he braced him.
You can tell the home fans didn't like that call.
I would have probably called that the other way. But he pushed him out with his forearm. I
think you're right. Now, the defender was moving, no question about it. He wasn't set.
You can move as long as you keep in front.
1-1. This is the first. That could be a walk, huh?
Yeah. Can't fall to the ground with the ball.
Yep. You're going to get called almost every time. Nice job by Mcgraw coming down with the rebound. Good to hear the fans here, even though they're voicing their displeasure. Just good to hear the sound of the fans.
Great to see a high school basketball game again.
Dennis, you weren't with us doing some of the games without any fans, and it was like, it would be a great play, and you were waiting for the fans to explode. Nothing. Just so nice to have fans back in the stands. Well, great pass, great conversion. Good job by Khalil Omar. He's got 8 points now. Puts his team back up by 6.
Joppatowne's come off of that half-court press.
Looking for 3 from the corner. Long, no good. Rebound, that's Hunter. Hunter gets it out to
Probably
Chase.
not the shot you want.
The Gigway. That's going to be a walk.
That'll be a jump ball.
Which will be, let's see, alternating possession will go to Harford Tech. That's hard to do, Dennis. Have you ever done that?
No, I'm sure I have. I don't recall it, but
you're not going to admit to it right now.
Yeah, you don't see it very often.
Yes. Just called a jump ball and alternating possession. Boy, nice movement. Mcgraw can't get it to fall. Actually, Macheria.
Harford Tech's gone a little cold again. He's still getting some decent shots.
Long shot by Hunter. It's good. Boy, it's good if it goes, huh?
Nice shot.
Kenneth Hunter. That's what the coach says. No, no. Yeah. Yes. Just like I called it.
There's a foul.
Foul's going to be called. Well, that shot by Kenneth Hunter. Now, Kenneth Hunter's only a freshman. Dennis, if you were a freshman playing on your opponent's floor, would you take a shot from 28 feet? Well, if you're Kenneth Hunter, you do.
If I'm going to be honest, of course I would.
Of course. If you can make it, shoot it.
Yeah.
Now back up by 9. Hunter's first basket of the night. Looking to get it in. They do, but it's almost taken away.
Yeah.
And now it is taken away.
You can't, you got to stop the dribbling.
Missing the layup. Looks like he took his eye off a little bit. Open shot. Won't fall. Rebound comes off to a Gigway. Looks like a carry.
Little high dribble.
Got away with it. It's Andrew Chase with the ball. Now playing the point guard. Chase, a junior. 6 points a game.
Joppatowne spreading it out on the offense. Not flashing anybody on the
Hunter
inside.
says, hey, you don't want to guard me? You think that first was a fluke? Well, here's another for you.
Hunter's changing the game now.
He has. 2 3-pointers in a row. A.B. Brown fakes the 3, puts it up 2, long. That's Hunter again with the rebound. Well, he has come off the bench, the freshman, to do a job. Foul's going to be called. A.B. Brown gets the foul.
That's his second.
The Gigway is going to go to the line again. Gigway had 9 in that first period. He's now got 11. This time it's going to be a 2-shot foul. Just about 2 minutes left in the half. Sitting down is David Anderson. David Anderson the third. Coming in to take his place is Andrew Lane. The Gigway misses that shot. Rebound Brown.
He struggled from the line, surprisingly, because he's got a good stroke.
Driving all the way through. Doesn't get it to fall. Maintaining his feet. Good job there. That was Khalil Omar, but taken away by Tech. The old no lick. Up that floater, won't fall. Rebound comes.
He rushed it a little bit.
Here's a Gigway. I thought he was going to jam that one, and maybe he should have.
Wow. That body hit there, and no call.
No call at all. Dennis, if you can jam it, that's probably the time that you want to go ahead and make sure.
That's the time you want to light up the place.
Of course, you're on your opponent's floor, so perhaps they wouldn't be quite as enthusiastic.
And, of course, when I played, you couldn't dunk. It was
That's
a
true.
technical foul.
Yeah. Well, I would have, Dennis.
Surprisingly.
Could I? I would have. Oh, that's a nice basket.
Saved me from embarrassment. I always said, I'd dunk it, but
they won't let me. Andrew Lane with the basket. All of a sudden now it's a 14-point lead. What had been a 4-point game. And you said it, Hunter sort of made the difference with those 2 3-pointers. Good ball movement. Looking for the 2-pointer, won't fall.
Yeah, Texas shooting poorly. They had that nice stretch.
Sadiq Brown with the rebound.
You guys don't leave him open.
Another 3 this time. Good rebound. That was Amari Ponder. That's Hunter again. That was a 2 inside.
That was a 2 inside the arc.
He's now got 8.
Yeah.
I remind you, a freshman, 6'2" freshman. You're the rest of the league. You don't want to hear that name anymore, since you're going to hear it for the next 3 years. Brown. Great
nice block.
That's by Zanique Brown. Brown, the sophomore.
They could hold it for a last shot, but it doesn't look like they're going to.
Hold it? That's not in our vocabulary. Yeah. 17 seconds. Shot clock is off.
I don't think Tech's going to hold it. Maybe. Nope.
Shot from inside the free throw line. Good
Nice
job.
soft touch.
Nice job by number 11, Eric Macheria.
2 seconds.
Good if it goes.
Ooh, almost.
Hunter
Nice
almost had his third three-pointer. So now we played a half. 39-25 the score. Dennis, this has been an exciting game where Harford Tech was down 9-0, looked like they were out of the game. They came back, got it within 4, looked like it was going to be a game, and then Mr. Hunter, Mr. Kenneth Hunter, freshman, 6'2", took over, made 2 3-pointers, and that sort of converted the game from being a close game into what we have now.
Yeah, it's been a good pace game. It started out, obviously, Joppatowne took the big lead, 9-0 early on, and then Harford Tech changed up their little defensive scheme, started pressing themselves, got back in the game. Another stretch by Joppatowne. Harford Tech came back. Then the 3-pointers really made a difference. Up 14 here at the halftime. Be interesting to hear what the coach has to say to his Tech players in the locker room.
Yeah, I mean, they came back. They did everything they had to do to come back. And then, again, Hunter, you got to say, if number 24 has the ball, get on him. Don't let him shoot that shot.
Right, but they still let him out there. Was he 30 feet out?
Yeah.
Still drilling him.
Yeah. Well, we'll take a break here. We'll come back with second half action, 39-25. You see that 14-point lead for Joppatowne. We are at Harford Technical High School on senior night. Don't go away. We'll be right back. Well, we're back with you after halftime. Dennis Compton, a very interesting and entertaining first half. First half of runs. Joppatowne goes out 9-0. Looks like it's going to be a blowout. And then Harford Tech comes back all the way to within 4 points. It looks like a game. And then Mr. Hunter, the freshman, Kenneth Hunter, hits 2 long 3-pointers, 6 points that seem to turn that whole game around.
I think the difference in the game is Harford Tech allowing Joppatowne to drive to the basket and offensive rebounding, plus the 3-pointers. The 3-pointers were backbreakers. There weren't any 3-pointers up to that point, and two in a row from long distance. So I think I'd like to see Harford Tech put the press back on, force Joppatowne to play a little quicker. They had a lot of turnovers in the first half. I think that's what Harford Tech needs to get in the game. And
Dennis, you noticed that Harford Tech was in the locker room a whole lot longer than Joppatowne. If you were Drew Gill, I mean, we're not going to harass the players and not yell at them and scream. What would you be saying to your players about how they get back in the ballgame?
I think he's going to emphasize the positive, what happened in the first half. What did they need to work on from what they did in the first half? Cut down on the turnovers, play a little better defense, get better position. And rebound. You got to box out against this Joppatowne team. They are hitting the boards. So I think you do those 3 things, you get back in the game.
Charles Okoye, a big man for Joppatowne, in favor of Gigway. Those two really dominating. Gigway with 11 points. Okoye had only 4 points, but he really dominated the boards. On the other hand, for Joppatowne, I should say from Harford Tech, off the bench, Mateo Mcgraw, the junior, with 12 points. He leads all scorers. Gigway has 11, 8 for Khalil Omar for Joppatowne, and that are the leading scorers we have.
Mcgraw starting the game here in the second half.
Yep, and the senior night, of course, is over now. Yep. The seniors who started. Looking for the outside 3-pointer off the front of the rim, no good. Hustling for the ball, and great job. Boy, that's good hustle by Joppatowne to by Hans Cezanne for Harford Tech. Took the ball out of bounds. You like to see that, Dennis. You like to see the little skin on the floor. All right, Joppatowne with the ball, Kendrick Williams. A lot of contact and a foul is
Oh, they got it, yeah, going the other way.
We saw that happen in the first half where we saw the chicken wing come out. This time they did catch it. Foul's going to go against, it looks like Charles Okoye. That's his second. A.B. Brown, short floater.
Got to make that. Maybe take it all the way in.
Rebound.
Here comes Joppatowne running again.
3-pointer from the corner, high arching 3-pointer. Oh, nice rebound and kick in the basket. Okigwe.
Another offensive board.
It's called garbage time. You just hang around, the ball comes to you.
Joppatowne's back with the pressure.
Biggest lead of the night. It's a 16-point lead now for Joppatowne. Danger point, don't you think, Dennis?
Yeah, this can go either way here. If you're going to get yourself back in the game, if not, you're going to get blown out. Yeah, Joppatowne's just playing a little better defense. They're a little bigger team.
Taking it in the middle, losing the ball. Okoye comes away with it. Looking for 3, no good. Front of the rim. Rebound comes off into the hands of Evan Buck.
Joppatowne averaging about 10 seconds possession.
Brown.
They don't hold the ball long. There's a foul.
The call is going to be made.
A little late whistle, but he got it.
David Graham making the call. Brown will go to the line. A.B. Brown had 4 points, got all 4 of those points in the first period. Brown will shoot 2. Distinguished honor roll, A.B. Brown.
Yeah, nice
Makes
stroke.
the first. A.B. is a senior, 6'2". 5 points a game. He's got right on that average now at 5.
And a decent ball game.
Makes the second.
Yep. Harford Tech putting the pressure on, which I hope they would.
Dennis, just as you suggested, you're the man. Missing. Joppatowne battling for the rebound. Ball still loose.
Got a jump ball. Nice.
And it's going to go to Harford Tech on the alternating possession. We'll give Tech a lot of credit, Dennis. They are hustling.
They're scrapping.
They're down by 16 at one point
there.
They have to. It's senior night. You know, last time you're going to play on this court as a senior.
Joppatowne is rocking the boards.
Little shot short. Maybe pulled that one back.
A few gimmies. I mean, that's a shot you can make there.
Great pass.
Good block.
Okingwe makes the rebound. He makes the pass, and then when it didn't go in the basket, he got the rebound and put it in.
Kid plays hard both ends of the court.
He does. Well, he's got that kind of quick spring in his legs. Foul's going to be called. It's called on 11. Let's see who he called it on. It's going to be called on Joppatowne's 11. That's Khalil Omar gets the foul. 16-point game now. Taken away. Here's Okingwe. This time he almost slammed it, but makes the basket.
Lost it on the way up, but
it goes down.
Still made it.
Nice left-handed layup. Boy, that's a nice play.
Nice take right there.
Evan Buck. He's got 4. That's got to be backcourt, yes, and they do catch it. I thought they were going to get away with it. Good job by Harford Tech making the pressure. 5:29 left in the third.
Good catch by the official there. I didn't think he was going to call it.
Yeah, he was sort of behind the play, but he saw that the receiver had the ball in the forecourt and then passed it backcourt. A.B. Brown, nice pass. Great block from behind. Oh, my goodness, what a block.
Nice tip out there.
That was Khalil Omar with that block from behind. Now looking for 3. Off the front of the rim, no good. Rebound on the foul. That is Charles Collier.
That's Brown.
And Collier will shoot 2. Boy, what a block by Eric Macheria. By Khalil Omar.
I think that's Brown's third.
Yep, that's what they're saying. Charles Collier.
Big kid. He's really doing a great job on the offensive boards.
Headed to Temple University next year. Going to study neuroscience and a minor in Arabic studies. Or is it Arabic studies? Maybe it's Arabic studies, huh? I can't even pronounce it.
Better man than I.
Makes the first. This is the second. Rebound. Well, good job. This Hans Cezanne has played a very good game, a real hustler.
He's very aggressive.
He gets up in the air and gets rid of it.
I think that was a walk.
Block and the foul is going to be called. Khalil Omar got the ball, but I think he also got some arm. Dennis, when you played, did they have 3 officials in high school ball?
They did not. We only had 2 officials far back. You know, I remember I played Catholic League even after playing college. We always just had 2 refs. I think they went to the 3rd ref. I think it's probably been good for the game. You can catch a little more, see a little more with having 3 refs.
The game has speeded up so much. Brown will sit down. Coming in is Jaden Oliver, number 13. Second one off the rim. Bounce around, picked off by Collier.
You know the official's done a good job when you don't know they're out there.
Taken away, it's going to be Harford Tech ball.
Another turnover.
Dennis, you're absolutely right. When the officials keep control of the game, don't let it get out of hand, but you don't have to make a whole lot of calls that are not necessary.
It's been a good officiated game. I haven't really seen too many mistakes, if any.
And it's really a hard game to officiate because it is so rapidly moving.
It's quick.
Nice pass, nice conversion. Good job by Jaden Oliver.
That's close.
Jaden's first 2 of the game. Almost got the pass.
Good hustle. Joppatowne wants to get down the court, wants to get the shot off.
Evan Buck, who made that interception. Oh, great pass on the inbounds. That's Omar. Omar's got 10.
Really tough defense there.
Foul's going to be called. Eric Macheria to the basket. He'll shoot 2. Macheria with 4 in the first half. It looks like 4 on Charles Okoye. Is that what you have, Dennis?
It is not. I must have missed a couple.
They've got 4 on the board. I'm not sure that's right.
I had this is his first third, but I must have missed one.
So they're going to take him out. Going to bring in Zanique Brown, number 34, replacing 25. First one goes down. Macheria misses the second. Just into the ball game and getting the rebound is Zanique Brown. About halfway through the third period. 15-point lead, as you see.
Looks like Tech's going to the zone. Try to stop that penetration. Although...
Oh, nice hands. Well, you bring it down, and there's Mr. 11, Eric Macheria, missing the layup.
He was more worried about the defender than making a bucket.
Evan Buck a little bit out of control, missing that layup. Turning the corner.
Good drive, good rebound.
Just didn't convert. Out of bounds. A little bit too fast, maybe.
Nobody's looking. They're all running down court.
3:42 left in the third.
Wasted turnover.
Was a 14-point lead at half. It's now 15 points. Dangerous pass off the foot. Battling for the ball. Boy, I tell you what, there is no need for any more hustle. And what great sportsmanship.
Yep.
Reaching down and picking him up. That was Mateo Mcgraw.
2 good ball players.
Reaching down and helping the favor Okigwe off the floor. Okigwe will sit down for a moment. Kendrick Williams in to replace him.
That's a 3-point shooter back.
Yes, watch number 24, Hunter, if he gets the ball for Joppatowne. He's the young man who made a difference in that first half. Great pass, great block. Harford Tech gets it back.
Hustle.
Looking for the corner jumper, and that's good. Well, that's a nice high jumper, Evan Buck.
Nice little drive to the baseline.
Tough shot, too. He's well defended. Floater, blocked, taken away. Good job by Jaden Oliver, 13.
Yeah, foul. Nice play.
Taking it to the buck is his hands Cezanne. He's going to be fouled. Hans has just a point in the ball game, but he has played a great floor game, has Hans Cezanne.
Third foul on Omar.
Cezanne with averaging 6 points a game, headed to Towson University, where he's going to be in sports science. Makes the first. Dennis, you know, and I think most of our fans know that Harford Tech has no feeder area. They come from all over the county. So these young players who, you know, come from Edgewood, from Aberdeen, from Bel Air, from North Harford, you know, they join each other here at Harford Tech. Sometimes that takes some adjustment as well.
Got a timeout. Hey, coming a little bit of a run for Harford Tech here. Cut it down to 11.
Great thing about Harford Tech, Dennis, again, back in our day when it was Harford Vo-Tech, when you went to your home school and then came for half a day. Here you come here as ninth graders, you sign up for a program, anything from carpentry to, you know, CAD to very technical kinds of courses. It is a hard ticket to get. Back in the day, Harford Tech was sort of where you went if you had no other choice. Let's face it, you know, be honest, but since the early 90s, it has become the place to be in terms of if you have an interest in a particular program.
Oh, it's a great thing, allowing these students that maybe want to take a different direction, learn a trade.
But what a sacrifice, because you're leaving your home at 6 o'clock in the morning, catching a bus in Pilesville to come, you know, to the central part of the county. So the commitment they make is indeed. I find the kids to be as mature as any kids you want to see. Travel is the call.
I think that's a good call there.
Yeah.
He made a few steps.
The NBA extra step that you get away with in the pros, but here you should not. Also, Dennis, you can get away with on the playground. I've seen that on the playground.
Yeah, I've probably done that a few times.
2 minutes, 30 seconds left here in the third.
Peck could use a hoop here. Get it under 10.
Better retrieve it. In backcourt.
Another turnover.
Yeah. The importance of retrieving it. Good job there by Joppatowne to put pressure on. That was Daniel Webb. Had he not retrieved it, Webb, it was a live ball. Could have taken it in and scored.
Joppatowne's aggressive. They're quick. And they press both sides of the court. Back, went down.
Looks down at his foot. Dennis, we had a guy in high school had size 16, okay? And the referee called whistle, out of bounds. And he said, I'm not out of bounds. He said, he looked down his foot. The toes of his size 16 were out of bounds. He was in bounds by a foot and a half. That's when you have big feet, it doesn't help. Cezanne with the takeaway. Gives it up. Gives up the three-pointer. Now shoots from the foul line. Off the front of the rim, no good.
Little flat shot there.
Blocks Cezanne with the rebound and gets rid of it before he travels.
Cezanne's playing a great game.
He is that. Trying to give it up. It's going to be out of bounds, but it'll stay with Tech. You're right. I mean, you look at the stats. He's got, 3 points, Cezanne.
What a fun player to watch.
He is a little guy, 5'5".
Nice inbound play. Yeah.
Nice conversion.
Nice play.
Evan Buck. Buck has 6 points here in the third period alone.
All right. I think we got it under 10 here, Don.
Yep.
What had been a timeout, Joppatowne.
What had been a 16-point lead is now a 9-point lead. Again, Dennis, we talked about runs, and that is basketball. You see a team get hot, and the other team convert, and then they get hot. We've seen that tonight.
Yes, we have. Harford Tech's been tenacious. You know, you got to give them a lot of respect here. They come in with a little bit of a losing record, playing a tough team in Joppatowne, and they've held their own, and they're not out of this. 45 seconds left in the third quarter. We got the whole fourth quarter.
You probably noticed the Harford Tech's cheerleaders, and it's so good to see cheerleaders because without fans, we had no cheerleaders.
That's it.
So it's really good. We did the Cheerleading Championships back a couple of weeks ago, and some of those cheerleaders, first time they had cheered all year at their tournament. So it's great to see them being able to cheer.
And they have a few cheerleaders.
Yeah, I've watched some of them do those tumblings as they go all the way down the court.
Yeah.
And I think I could do that. Not on purpose.
Right.
But I could do that once. Then you would pick me up and take me to the hospital. It's just the way it works.
That description, I've done a few tumbles.
Oh, goodness. Yeah. Did you know, Dennis, that cheerleading in Harford County and many other counties is classified now as a sport?
It's changed, I guess, since my day. I know they have national competitions that people take very seriously.
Mm-hmm. Back in my day, you just sort of stood and cheered, which was fine. But now you have to have tumbling, and you have to have ballet, and you have to have, dancing and all these kind of things, and cheer at the same time.
I'd be curious to see what the Joppatowne coach told them in the huddle.
So you think you've had enough of my cheerleading analysis, huh?
I think I have.
Okay,
yeah.
Fine. Almost taken away.
I'm thinking of the listening public.
Saving them.
That's long. Nice
rebound. Good position. Behind the back, almost losing it. Corrals it. Floater, one-hander, good! That ball went in. Is
down
that number
to 5?
That's Mcgraw. Mcgraw now has 15 points.
Putting a lot of pressure on Joppatowne. Nice move. Can't give up the baseline.
Hunter, can he make it? Yes, off the bench again. Kenneth Hunter, he's now got 10.
Kid has form there.
That kid.
Nice shot.
It was. Again, freshman, I keep reminding folks. That means he's, 14 years old, maybe 15?
Yeah. Got nice size.
Almost a walk. Cezanne. Back of the rim, no good. Hunter with the rebound. Well, that was a nice-looking shot. It's just a little bit long. Out of bounds it goes. Unforced error. 38 seconds left in the third.
Harford Tech's hanging in here.
Yeah, they came back from a 16-point down to a 7-point lead. They're down now by 9. senior night at Harford Technical High School.
Looks like Joppatowne's gone to a zone as well.
Turning the corner, not getting it there. Out by himself. Ogigwe. Now he jams
There you
it.
go.
That's what we were looking for. Favor Ogigwe. He's got 8 here. Driving the other way and not getting it to fall. Nice rebound, nice conversion. That's Macheria. Almost a backcourt. Good ball movement. Not sure if that was a shot or a pass.
Got a foul there at the 0.7 seconds.
0.7 seconds left, and it looks like it's not a shooting foul. So Dennis, can you get a shot off in 0.7 seconds?
Yeah, you're gonna have to. I think you can.
Hunter. This time he doesn't get it to ball. Boy, that's the right shot.
Got a nice open shot.
So 52-43. It is a 9-point. Here's a replay you'll see.
Kid Favor gets up. Boom.
Dennis, you could have done that. Had the rules allowed you.
Had the basket been a little, maybe about 8 feet.
Tell you a story about Churchville Elementary. You had 9-foot baskets, and we were painting the building as teachers. And I stole the ball and went down and jammed it 2 hands just as the maintenance supervisor came in. Physics being what it is, I came down on top of him. I was a first-year teacher. I thought, my career is over. I had been fired before I got a chance to step into the classroom. Luckily, he said, get to work. Yeah, 9-foot baskets, they're fun.
Joppatowne Elementary had 8-foot baskets.
Ooh.
That was so much fun.
We're now approaching the 4th period, 52-43. Again, and you said it many times, Dennis, give so much credit to Harford Tech. They're outmanned in terms of size. Joppatowne looks like they have more talent, which probably they do. Their record at 5-14, they come in. Instead of laying down and saying, okay, we're down by 16, 17, 18 points, hey, we're as good as they are. And, you've got to show us on the court that you're better than we are.
Hey, every time Joppatowne extends the lead, Harford Tech comes right back. And here we go, the final period here.
15 points for Mcgraw.
Harford Tech comes out in the zone. It looks like a 1-2-2.
19 points for Ogigwe.
They got the middle open.
Oh, almost wasn't looking.
Little bullet pass. Yeah.
Ogigwe driving. Short gets his own rebound.
And they got him with a jump.
Dennis says they tell all big men, don't bring the ball down.
Don't bring it down.
You become not a big man anymore, but just a little guy.
He let the little guy grab it.
And on the alternating possession, it goes to Harford Tech. Just into the 4th period. 9-point difference. Cezanne picks up the dribble.
Nope.
Turn around. It's going to be out of bounds. It's going to stay here with Harford Tech. A new shot clock. Let's see if they reset the shot clock. No, they're saying the possession didn't change, so the shot clock stays at 12. Inside 10. Great block from the corner. That was Ogigwe.
Yeah, he's tough, both ends.
Hunter, great pass, great conversion. Hunter, it looks like number 2 who makes the basket. And that's Andrew Chase, his first 2 of the night.
Joppatowne's very good up and down.
Hunter not only a great shooter, but demonstrating a great passer as well. Cezanne, great no-look pass, but it's taken away. Hunter recovers.
Tough to pass inside against that zone.
Yep. Well, I have to tell you that Hunter is a freshman. He doesn't look like a freshman. He doesn't play like a freshman.
He's got quite a future.
Almost a takeaway for a turnover, unforced. Joppatowne in no hurry. 6 seconds on the shot clock. Hunter, short. Joppatowne, use shot clock, driving. Foul is going to be called. Dennis, when Hunter shoots the ball, even when he misses, you expect it to go in.
Yes, you do.
He's got that form. I was watching, who was it, Syracuse the other night on TV? And Bohannon. Was it Syracuse?
Good.
No, I guess it wasn't Syracuse. Maybe it was Clemson, huh? Anyhow, he just made three-pointer after three-pointer.
Who's number They put number 12 up there for a foul, unless he went to the bench.
Yeah, number 12 was Daniel Webb. You're talking about 12 for Joppatowne?
No, 12 for Harford Tech.
Harford Tech.
That's what they have up on the board, number 12.
He may have gone to the bench. 12 for them. They don't have a 12.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, well. Maybe it was the ghost 12, huh?
Yeah, Joppatowne's playing some good defense out of the zone.
Boy, they are. Long three-pointer. Back of the rim, no good. Hunter tied up. Alternating possession. That will go to Joppatowne.
If you're Joppatowne, that's the shot you want Tech taking, that long three.
Mm-hmm.
Whoa.
That was the turf monster came up.
Yeah.
Hunter. Gigway driving, gets rid of it. Open from the corner. And good. Andrew Lane, check it. No, number 2 is Andrew Chase.
Yeah, they've opened up a 15-point lead here.
It's just been this way all night. They get back within 10, 9, 8, 7. Now they're back down by 15. That was the first three-pointer for Andrew Chase. He hadn't scored it all night long. He's now got 5 in the fourth period. So the way Hunter made a difference in that third period, now in the fourth period, it's been Andrew Chase. Chase, just a junior as well. So there's a lot of underclassmen here who are going to be back for Joppatowne next year. Dennis, we've got a game tonight. Edgewood is playing Havre de Grace. Both of them with 3 losses. C. Milton Wright also with 3 losses. We're talking about the Chesapeake division. That race where Aberdeen was just running away with it. And now Joppatowne, who administered a loss to Aberdeen. Havre de Grace, who beat Aberdeen. So Aberdeen is back in the pack. C. Milton Wright, who has just blown out Joppatowne twice. I was talking to Jesse Jones before the game, the coach at Joppatowne. How do you lose by 30 points to C. Milton Wright twice and defeat Havre de Grace and Aberdeen? And he said, I can't explain it.
That's a toughie. I mean, they don't look like a team that can get blown out by 30.
Yeah. He said that C. Milton Wright is so disciplined. You know, they do everything just, to the T. So you have to play perfect basketball against them.
Well, here's hoping Edgewood wins.
Spoken like a true Edgewood alum. Yeah. We are very non-partisan here, Mr. Compton.
Now we are.
Hunter, nice drive. Throwing it away.
Turnover.
So, Dennis, what you're saying, once a Ram, always a Ram.
Oh, once a Ram, always a Ram.
Okay. Well, I was a Ram, but it was so long ago that I've forgotten. So, but then I taught at Aberdeen, so am I a Ram or an Eagle? I can't figure it out.
Time gets away.
It does.
Not a good pass.
Harford Tech keeps control. Cezanne.
This zone's causing trouble.
Cezanne looking for 3. It's got to go. It won't. A.B. Brown trying to save it. Goes out of bounds. Just about 4:55 left here in the game. Joppatowne looking to go to 9-7 on the year.
Well, unless Tech can put something together, that's win is looking good.
Rebound by Buck. Gets rid of it to Cezanne. Back to Buck, looking for 3. Front of the rim, no good. Nice job there by Khalil Omar. Talk about kids who have played a great floor game. Omar really has. That's Hunter. Yeah. Oh my goodness. Kenneth Hunter.
Nice take.
He's got 12. Had to be a walk,
nice take.
but it wasn't called.
You were right.
He jumped stop, I guess. Mateo Mcgraw, he's got 17.
He's had a nice game.
He does. The Gigway fakes, goes, can't get it to fall.
Great first step.
Double team, getting rid of it. Nice job. Ill-advised shot, and the foul is going to be called. Hey, Dennis, can you get an agent like when you're a freshman? I want to apply for that job with Mr. Hunter. If I can be his agent.
I think you could. I think you'd Yeah, make a lot of money.
Kenneth Hunter.
I think the kid's going to be
freshman.
good. I mean, it's hard to believe he's just a freshman.
He's got the body of a height of.
And he's only going to get bigger and stronger.
Yeah.
He's got a sweet touch. Handles the ball well.
Let's hope, Dennis, that we get to cover him over the next 3 years and watch his progression.
He doesn't look like a freshman at all. Should have taken that all the way.
Good takeaway by Buck.
Oh, got to make
Can't
a layup.
convert it.
Got to make a layup.
Saison. Good block by Kigway. The Kigway is all over the floor. Omar with the rebound.
Harford Tech can't buy a bucket.
Oh, nice pass.
Going up.
Mr. Hunter missed a shot. I'm always surprised.
I thought it was in.
It looked good. Again, he has that kind of pure shot that looks good leaving his hand. Nice drive. It won't fall. That ball should have gone down. It was halfway down.
Beautiful move.
Evan Buck.
Timeout Joppatowne.
Timeout Joppatowne on the floor. 2:57 left. It's a 15-point lead. 60-45.
I'd be curious to see if the coach slows them down just a little bit. Takes a little more time out, in the possession. Take the air out of the ball a little bit because they're racing up and down the court. And if they do that, miss shots, they might give Harford Tech a chance to get back in the game.
Well, we have a chance. Speaking of coaches, Jermaine Head, the assistant coach for Joppatowne, also the head JV coach, was the head coach at Joppatowne years ago and played at Joppatowne. Both his son and his daughter played at Joppatowne. His son, Jermaine Head Jr., went to Wilmington College in Wilmington, Delaware, established the all-time Wilmington scoring record, 1,821 points. And get this, he also established their all-time assist record. Now, how do you do that? If you're going to get 1,821 points, you don't give the ball up. I mean, Allen Iverson never gave the ball up.
Unselfish, but a good scorer.
Wow. Well, the Head family at Joppatowne.
Much like myself.
And modest.
I probably had 0.2
modesty.
assist ratio.
It was always your strong suit. I was always humble because I had very little to be proud of. The people who do a lot of good things, it's hard for them to be humble. But if you're, like mediocre, which, Dennis, has always been my thought about life. If you're mediocre, you keep your job, but they don't expect much. So, they don't give you the job. Don't give it to him. He'll mess it up. That's just my theory on life. Well, back to the game. 2:55 left. Kigway gives it up. Hunter says, no, I'll give it back out.
Well, so much for holding the ball.
Yeah. Oh, what a nice hustle. We give Daniel Webb a lot of credit.
They got a foul.
Foul's going to be called.
4.
Daniel Webb, the sophomore, hustled all the way back. That ball was open for Harford Tech, but he got back and intercepted it. Daniel Webb, a sophomore. A lot of good things for Joppatowne. Webb, a sophomore. Hunter, a freshman. Taking the air of the ball a bit.
Yeah, now they're holding the ball a little bit, not pushing.
Hunter from the free throw line hits the front of the rim, won't fall. Foul's going to be called. That was Amari Johns. Looks like, Johns will be shooting 1-and-1 here. Looking for his first point of the night. Amari, one of the seniors who got a chance to start here on senior night. Nice ceremony, Dennis. We didn't get to put on the air, but the parents bringing out their kids.
As a parent, I had a daughter, Megan, that played 3 years varsity basketball at Boston. Real thrilled to walk her out that senior night.
Cleanly through as Amari Johns makes them both. 13-point lead with 2 minutes, just a little over 2 minutes left and counting in this game. Dennis, this is our last basketball telecast of the year. It's been a great year. We've enjoyed it immensely. Rebound.
Good defense.
It was that. It's Amari Johns with the rebound.
Tech still playing hard.
By himself, Webb puts it up and good. Nice job by Webb to slow down, convert the ball.
That should about do it.
A.B. Brown from
Nail it.
3. Rebound to Gigway. We don't have the stats, but a Gigway must have about a double-double at least.
Oh, yeah.
Probably has about 12 or 15 rebounds.
He's played an outstanding game.
As has Charles Okoye. In fact, the entire Joppatowne team, you can pick them out, they've all played well. Harford Tech has had spurts, and they've been back within as little as 4, and they've been down as many as 18. So right now it's what, 15? Math was never
I think,
my strong suit.
I'd be curious to see if the coach puts in some players he hadn't played. Got minute or so to go, and 15-point lead, should be safe.
Brandon Selby, Jermaine Head, Jesse Jones, the coaching staff at Joppatowne. Matt Jorgensen. Matt was the head coach at Falston back in 03 to 09. He's one of the assistants for Harford Tech. Drew Gill. Gill's record 31-26 in 3 years at Harford Tech. Jesse Jones.
Joppatowne's putting a couple guys hadn't been in the game, getting some players in, get a little PT, a little mop up, and take the game home.
Jesse Jones, Dennis, has been coaching AAU ball. He's coached a national champion AAU team at one point. Been coaching for 18 years. Played at Aberdeen back in 02. His second year as head coach. Hey, you put me in the ball game, I'm going to shoot the ball. Great block, but the foul is going to be called. Donovan Webb, the 6-foot senior, says you don't get in the scorebook by not shooting. Donovan, one of the great guys. We talked to Jesse Jones about him, and Jesse has great pride in the way Donovan Webb has progressed. Senior 6-footer.
Well, Don, you got to give both coaches credit. This has been a hard-fought game. Joppatowne probably had a little bit more talent, a little bit quicker, but Harford Tech stood up tall, I thought. Played very, very well, considering their record.
Yeah, 5-14. They are in the Chesapeake Division, 3-9. Ball goes in. Nothing but net. Okay, well, maybe a little bit of backboard. Coming up inside a minute, Cezanne gets it to fall.
Nice shot.
Hans Cezanne, his first 2 points of the night. He had 3 free throws. He's now got 5. Inside a minute. Nice movement. Go in the ball. You got to root for a kid.
Yeah.
Get in there.
They want him to shoot.
Yeah. Oh, nice no-look pass and conversion. Andrew Lane with the basket. That time the no-look worked. Yeah, they want shoot it, make it. Ew! Try it again. Get in there. The fans even here, the home fans are rooting for it.
That's short. Not a lack of trying there.
Yeah. Mr. Donovan Webb getting a chance to fire it up here.
A little sloppy foul there, but
10 seconds left in the game. Dennis Compton, I want to thank you so much for stepping in the place of Bob McCone, who's just enjoying himself in Florida, running around with all of his high school friends, having a good time.
I appreciate it, Don. I really want to thank you and Harford TV. It's been a lot of fun, a real pleasure to get to do something I've never done in my life, never thought I would.
So having a grand boy, and being on TV, gosh, I mean, this is your week.
I've done it all,
You can retire now. Take me home.
Yes,
I'm ready.
It's been fun.
Evan Buck making the first. Evan's got 9, looking to get into double figures. And does so. Joppatowne looks like they get it to Donovan Webb. Put it up and get it now! Yeah! Donovan Webb, a 3-pointer at the buzzer. Oh my goodness.
That was worth it.
Look at they are celebrating as Donovan Webb. Look how the fans and his teammates are so excited for Donovan Webb. Here's the replay. Watch Webb. Okay, so he's 1 for 10. Forget the other 9.
It's the one that matters.
And it came with no seconds left on the clock. Here he goes.
Yeah. Nice shot.
It's up, and it's nothing but
Boom.
net. I love it. Donovan Webb, the 6-foot senior, gets 3 points, and that does end the game. They took the score down so quickly. I don't know what the final score was. There it is, 66-53. Thank you there, Booth. The Joppatowne Mariners winning it by a final score of 66-53.
Good game.
They will go now, Joppatowne, to 9-7 on the year. 1 game left against Elkton on Tuesday night. We're doing this on this Friday evening. Harford Tech falls to 5-15, 3-10 in the conference. Dennis, we have a couple of moments here to look over this game. What did you see? What was the difference in the game? What did you think of it?
Oh, the difference in the game is was the talent of Joppatowne versus the talent of Harford Tech. Joppatowne's got a couple kids that are just head and shoulders good that can play. Faber, I mean, the guy does it all, both ends of the court, rebounds, offensive rebounds. I'd like to know statistically how many rebounds he had tonight, because he killed the boards. Didn't do a whole lot of shooting from the outside because he didn't need to. Drives to the basket well. Joppatowne played a real quick game, had spurts driving the ball to the hoop that made the difference in the game. Harford Tech, though, I thought the coach did a great job getting his players ready, being a little less talented than his opponent.
Remembering, of course, that Connor Jorgensen, who is one of the regular rotation players, had an ankle sprain, so he didn't get to play. And Charles Karate, who I think is going to be able to come back, they think, in the postseason. Of course, hasn't played all year. And we talked about the 2 players who we thought were going to be here, at least the coach did, and they have one transferred, the others concentrating on football. So you look at an undermanned team who played hard all night, showed a lot of heart, a lot of talent, and, you know, just overwhelmed by Joppatowne, which is a team that's beaten Aberdeen and Havre de Grace on their resume, and a team that I wouldn't want to face them in the playoffs in the 1A division.
They got some talent. They really do. And they got a future. I mean, Favors, I think, what, a junior, and you have Williams, freshman. I mean, they're gonna have a bright future next year.
Yeah, Gigway, a junior, and Daniel Webb, a sophomore, and a sophomore Kendrick Williams, and then of course we mentioned the sophomore Zanique Brown, and the young man we talked about, Kenneth Hunter, the freshman, the 6'2" freshman. Well, Dennis Compton, as they're putting the mats down, I think it's now time for you to get out there and demonstrate what you were talking about, how you could do that double back flip thing that you talk about.
Yeah.
Maybe not. That is our final score here from Harford Technical High School. It is a 66-53 win for the Joppatowne Mariners, who go again to 9-7. Harford Tech falls to 5-15. Dennis Compton, a great pleasure having you along, and for the fans out there, we have one more event in the year, and that is the wrestling tournament coming up in a week or so. But we really appreciate the Harford TV allowing us to do this, and the athletic directors, the principals, and all the people at the schools, the coaches, and most of all, of course, the players. It's been a pleasure, Dennis.
It's been great, Don. Thank you.
So we'll sign off here tonight. Again, the win for Joppatowne. We'll say good night, everyone. Hope you've enjoyed it.